This girl on Instagram posted her plane ticket and I called and cancelled her flight. That's the evilest thing I can imagine. After much thought and consideration, I have come to the scientific conclusion that we should use light show drones to scare the shut out of uncontacted tribes. I wanna record an audiobook that's 8 hours of breathing and page turning. Then just "oh you mean" out loud, right at the end. I sent this prank puzzle to my grandpa who loves Trump, and he finally started it today. Is this your idea of a joke? Yeah lol. You aren't welcome here for Christmas. Your grandpa is furious. I want a shirt that has a QR code on it for some kind of horrible malware, so that if anyone ever tries to film me in public, their phone will automatically scan the code and be reduced to a functionless brick. Power move. Next time you go to the airport, bring a bottle of shampoo, but it's filled with yogurt. When they tell you that liquids aren't allowed, drink it. Me. Good night kids. Kids, good night dad. Me. Good night monster that eats children who are bad. Wife. Threw radio under the bed. Good night. That's the evilest thing I can imagine. My daughter asked why she can't just quit school, and I told her it's against the law and they'll put me in jail, and my sweet child looked me in the eye and said, "I'll visit you." Daughter be like, a small price to pay for no school. Found an extra pair of boots at the work site, so I decided to give my boss a heart attack. Hello Adam. Lol. Lily thinks we are doing our senior quotes together. Lily Adam. Sandwiches. If you hate your homeowners association, nothing funnier than installing a 7,000 plus capacity bat roost, causing thousands of bats to come into your neighborhood. That will cause your homeowners association to complain, but they cannot legally do anything because bats are federally protected animals and it cannot be removed. ULPT request. What are some websites I can sign up my neighbor for so he gets garrised by visitors non-stop? This guy is such an arrogant jack. Yells at people who walks their dog past his house. He really hates dogs and even called the police on some of his neighbors for just walking their dog. I want him to have visitors non-stop ringing his doorbell. What are some websites I can sign him up so he gets visited? Take a picture of some random liquor bottles or just find one online. Make an ad on Craigslist saying you're an alcoholic who just started recovery and you're giving away your stash for free to the first person who shows up. Pick up only. His address. Watch the fun. Why is this latch yes a different color? Is it sick or something? Yeah, it's a glitch. Just cull it. I culled it, and it's back to red now. Thanks for your help. In college, we named our intramural softball team No Game Scheduled because if the other team didn't show up, they lost their league deposit and forfeited. It worked several times. Everyone hated us and nothing as cool as that has happened to me since. Back in uni, a girl mocked my presentation one time, so I searched for her group and asked the topic they were presenting on. I spent 4 days researching on it and asked her so many questions like it was common knowledge that she cried. Stay blessed precious one. As a teacher, you're sometimes privileged to witness life moments. I saw a girl approach a boy to ask if he wanted her number. He paused, then pulled out his phone. Utter joy on the girl's face. I then confiscated the phone, as it's against rules to have it out in the corridor. In 2012, a Chicago man bought a car for $600, registered it in his ex-girlfriend's name, then parked at O'Hare Airport, and racked up 678 parking tickets totaling $105,761.80. My sister ate the leftovers I was saving, so I taped this to her bathroom window. Have a nice shower, sweetie. Daughter doesn't want it, freaks her out. I want to get back my money. Best offer. I'll give you $100 to tell her it's sold. Hide it in the attic for 2 weeks. Take it out and put it back in her room while she's sleeping. Welcome to Perth. A welcome to Perth sign painted on a building rooftop is scaring passengers landing at Sydney Airport. A welcome to Perth sign painted on a building rooftop is scaring flyers descending to Sydney Airport into thinking they have been. Man arrested for training dog to throw bricks at people ringing his doorbell. President Lyndon B. Johnson owned an amphibious car, the Amphicar, and used it to scare guests by driving them into his lake screaming about brake failure. Don't punish your child by taking their online games away. Log on to their games and get them banned. Modern problems require modern solutions. Bath mat turns red when wet. I need towels made out of this, and then I'd make my guests use them without telling them. Then wait for the screams of terror. Calm down there, Satan. Reblogging just for that comment. You could murder someone on one of those and people would think that it's just wet. Perfect. 2 types of people on Tumblr. When my wife, who's shy as duck, first met my extended family, we had a big dinner with about 14 people. At the end of the meal I said to say thanks, she'd love to sing for you all. Everyone went silent and stared at her, and she still hasn't forgiven me 9 years later. Starry Nights. If I was a famous author, I would publish a book with 10 different endings which all went to print with varying degrees of rarity, but not tell the fans about it, so that I could watch their confusion as they disagree over how the story ended. Then when they figured it out I would come clean, telling them that I had released 11 alternate endings and watch them panic again as they all try to find the last ending. Are you Satan? If you could telepathically say something that all 7.8 billion people on Earth could hear at once, what would it be? You picked the correct religion. I'm real, and this is the proof you've been asking for. Then I'd watch the world blow up. Stick a turkey leg in a sneaker and let your dog patrol your yard. Customer came in complaining of hearing a whistle coming from the engine. I was able to diagnose the issue as them having ace-hole friends. You can invent a disease that doesn't hurt anybody, only pisses them off or inconveniences them. What are you coming up with? A disease where the person constantly has the sensation that there is a single hair in their mouth at all times. Been eked at my sister's wedding. Lower East Side. My sister is having an outdoor wedding in New Canaan, Connecticut in May. I want someone to be neeked in the woods and to run through the wedding. In order to ruin it, I will protect you from my family. New York. Caught a cicada that was keeping me awake at night. Well, guess what, ace hole? It's Baby Shark on a 12-hour loop. My daughter made $110 on her lemonade stand today in like an hour. Turned out people were handing her $5 and $10, and she was just assertively saying thank you for the tip and not offering change. Wrote, "Will you marry me?" in the sand. Hope it ducks up a couple's holiday. No playing Pokemon Go during class. First offense. I will take your phone from you and waste all of your Pokeballs. Probably on a Pidgey or a Rattata. But I will miss over and over and over. Second offense. After wasting your Pokeballs, I will use your incense and a lucky egg. Pokemon might be surrounding you, but you're out of ways to catch them. Third offense. I will transfer your highest level and rarest Pokemon. Maybe even 2 or 3 of them. 1 candy in exchange for a 1453 CP Dragonite. Seems fair. If I can't catch them, you can't catch them. 2 of my friends have never met each other. Before they spoke, I told both of them that the other is a bit deaf. They shouted at each other for a few minutes before they realized that I'm an ace-hole. Do not open unless you plan to kill it. Best part is even scarier when they lift the cup and nothing is there and they think it got out. I think you need an app, Satan. Cut them into circles and replace your mate's contact lenses. Whoa, calm down, Satan. Just saw 2 people flirting with one another under one of my posts. I deleted the meme. You won't be finding happiness over here. Instagram makes people depressed and Twitter makes people angry. Which is better? Reddit. My sister used to do this to her mails and scratch people at school because she really does hates everyone she meets. I send a classmate a bunch of these fake colorblind tests. Now she thinks that she's colorblind. What if you put milk in a humidifier and trapped a lactose intolerant person with it in a chamber and watch as they sob and shut uncontrollably on the ground clawing at the door? Even I'm not into that shut. I made life-size AirPod stickers and stuck them on the ground all over the city. When I was like 11, I was getting bullied by this girl, and my mom let me know she heard her parents were getting divorced, and to tell her that neither of them wanted her, which I did, and it worked. But like, mom. Grease 3 pigs. Mark them 1, 2, and 4. Set loose in a public area. Watch the search for 3. Set Wi-Fi password to 244466666888888. So when your friend asks for the password, just tell it's 12345678. Go to Hell is basic. I hope your favorite book gets a really bad live adaptation is smart. It's possible. It's terrifying. Guys, I figured out a way to disable all ads on YouTube. Just go to the settings app. Am I legally doing anything wrong? Caught my ex cheating 6 years ago. Broke up on the spot. All her socials are public. Been looking up her new boyfriends. 11 since me. Messaged all of them. Showed them screenshots and audio tapes of her confessions. They all broke up with her. Fast forward to yesterday. Number 11 just showed her the door. She calls me. Tells me to stop stalking her and ruining her life. Tell her that she brought that upon herself. Says she will call the cops if I do this one more time. Tell her she needs a priest rather than a lawyer at this point. I feel like I'm doing God's work here. Should I continue doing this? Even if she goes private, she doesn't know I still have 3 mutual contacts that could snitch her new boyfriend's identity to me. She literally can't win. It's not illegal to know who is dating who and to send someone a message. It's not like I'm messaging her, I'm messaging her new boyfriends. I wanna patrol this hole until either of us is in the casket. I just wanna know how legal it is to do that. My niece turned 3 today. She asked for a Lion King cake, but specifically the moment where Mufasa dies, because everyone will be too sad to eat the cake, and it will be all for me. Before my mum passed away, she gave my dad strict instructions to water the plants in the bathroom. He's been religiously watering them and keeping them alive. They look so amazing he decided to take them to his new home, only to discover they are plastic. Can hear my mum chuckling. Last night my son asked if I'd ever heard of a pillow fight. I said I had not, so he explained the premise and asked if I would play. I awkwardly held a pillow as he gave me pointers through a smile that lit up the room. My first swing took him off his feet. He never saw it coming. Do you have a girlfriend? No. Why? Your girlfriend said I should ask you and send her a screenshot. New advertising concept would turn the night sky into ads. People would see brands instead of seeing stars when they look up. Trick or treat. Help yourself to the mini pumpkins. A random unattended 7-year-old at the park told me and my son that gay people are the devil and are going to hell. My son scoffed, but the boy said it was true because God said so. I told him parents made up God to make their kids do what they want. His eyes got so big. God isn't real, but Freddy Krueger is. Sleep well. Man, I really miss switching these 2 tapes at Blockbuster. The kind that recognize they are being bamboozled. The manager at our local IKEA is retiring, so I sent him this cake. single man in China once booked every other seat in a cinema theater to split up couples on Valentine's Day. How to freak out guests who are sleeping over. This is going to be fun. Make a wish and others will choose the consequences. I wish I own all the Lego on my wish list. There's a piece missing from every kit. Not an important piece, but just notable enough to bug you every time you look at it. 1. Dear sister. 2. As revenge for stealing my $20. 3. I have hidden your project. 4. In one of these folders. 5. And guess what? 6. All of these folders. 7. Have 3 subfolders. 8. This should teach you not. 9. To steal from me. 10. So have fun trying to find your project. 11. If there's a lesson to be learned here. 12. It's don't steal from your big brother. 13. With warm regards. 14. And hateful loathing and vengeance. 15. Your loving brother. 16. Go die. Apparently the old Jezzers at my school don't like fun, even when there's no Wi-Fi, no internet. The owner of this device turned off the dinosaur game. I've always wondered why nobody has taken one of those 10-hour relaxing rain videos and put a horrendous jumpscare like 4 hours in. Got any change? Say you don't have any. I have change, but I'd rather keep it, dude. So my daughter just bought a house that was built in late 1800s. We found this and she threw it out. I got it out of the trash and let the games begin. You run a small and convenience store. What do you sell? Back pain medications on the top and bottom shelves. Okay, chill you monster. Ah yes, I was looking for a soap dispenser labeled ketchup with a picture of grapes. I really want this bottle in my bathroom. I'd place it next to matching decorative soaps and towels, as if it seems like it fits, but I'll actually fill the thing up with ketchup. So when I have guests over and they decide to use the bathroom, they will see this bottle and have a moment of cognitive dissonance. This soap bottle in the bathroom is labeled ketchup, so surely it must dispense soap instead of ketchup, despite the label saying ketchup, right? And then let them have moment of realization followed by abject horror as they pump viscous ketchup all over their hands instead of soap. They should make a co-op game where you and a buddy go through many levels, leveling up and beating bosses, but the final boss is each other. You were my brother player 2. Gave my students a pop quiz today and learned something new. If you make all the answers to the question C, you will see 35 of the most hilariously panicked and confused faces in the world. Are you Satan? I recently smoked a joint with an old friend I hadn't seen in years. Afterwards, he swallowed the roach. I was horrified until he explained that it gets you 10 times higher. Then I remembered 12 years ago when I told him that fact as a joke. He's eaten over 1,000 roaches. Monopoly. Longest game ever. Even bankruptcy won't get you out of this game. The guy who came up with that thing. Bro, someone recommended me Boku no Hero Academia. I thinking of watching it tonight. Bro, that's a trap. That's some lolly stuff they're trying to prank you. What? Books no pics. Is a real anime. Thanks bro, I appreciate it. Well, I just wanna say that I'm a Urge fan. Me texting my neighbor, can you duck quietly? I'm trying to sleep knowing that he's still at work. One time, someone mistakenly texted me, it's done, so I just texted back, excellent, show me his head and you'll get your payment. Edit, the person was freaked out and sent back, I think I got the wrong number. Please don't hurt me, and he never contacted me again. In 2004 I won a contest to DJ at my very small hometown's easy listening radio station. I proceeded to play an hour of Evanescence deep cuts and ruined everyone's morning commute. Week ago, my mother-in-law began reading The Exorcist. She said it was the most evil book she ever read. So evil in fact, she couldn't finish it, took it over to the beach, and threw it into the ocean off a fishing pier. I went and bought another copy, ran the faucet over it, and left it in the night table drawer by her bed. I'm going to hell. Will you check under the bed before you go? Or, sweetie, no, I'm afraid of what I'll see under there. Good night, sweetie. Unethical life pro tips. Give fake money to homeless people. They will thank you for it, but also when they get arrested and taken to jail, it'll reduce the number of homeless people in your area. If I ever become a surgeon, I would say right before the patient passes out from anesthesia, okay, pull up the WikiHow article. Well, I just wanna say that I'm a Urge fan. What's your deepest darkest secret? One time I told a guy it was theft to Google for code snippets, and he quit programming because it was too hard. Got no kids? Hire a babysitter anyway. Say your kid is asleep upstairs and must not be disturbed. Then upon your return, ask where your child is. Satan. My partner, wrongly, thinks I've never seen Lord of the Rings, so he wants a marathon of all the extended editions. What can I say to wind him up during it? From a redditor. Say, is this a spin-off from those Hobbit movies? This can cause absolute internal turmoil, especially if you argue that it is, because the Hobbit book came first and is set chronologically before it. Refer to Lord of the Rings as the sequel trilogy and compare it to the Star Wars sequels.